America's Horse, the international report on the world's most versatile equine breed, the American Quarter Horse.
Hi, I'm Jeff Metters. Welcome to America's Horse. The American Quarter Horse is an amazing animal. From movie sets to the racetrack to the working cattle ranch, he always seems to be the MVP. In this edition of America's Horse, we'll take a look at some extraordinary horses. Horses that have raised the bar. First, the courageous story of Silver's Twoface, the deserving winner of the 2001 MD Barnes Silver Spur Award. Then the rags to riches story of American Quarter Horse Racing's greatest mare, Kool Kue Baby, and the trainer that took her to the top. And we'll meet the beloved ambassador of the breed, Rugged Lark. Owner Carol Harris tells how the two-time super horse went from for sale to 1 in a million. It's all next on America's Horse.
America's Horse is brought to you by Ford. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. By MBNA America, the official credit card of AQHA. By the Bayer Corporation, makers of quality animal health products. And by the American Quarter Horse Association. Let freedom ride.
Welcome back to America's Horse as we continue to look at extraordinary horses. Still to come, Rugged Lark, arguably the most famous American quarter horse of all time. And racing's Kool Kue Baby. Now how about the 2001 Silver Spur Award winner? This is another incredible horse, also facing a tough set of circumstances. But for Silver's Twoface, the struggles weren't just about the people in his life. He was also caught in a battle of life and death. But in this case, it was his own.
When they did the spinal tap on him to confirm that the EPM was gone, it was a new vet, and I said, you know, this is one of my kids. So we're pretty emotionally attached to him.
The EPM is gone. Bobby and Terry Collins had to wait a long time to hear those words. EPM, equine protozoal myeloencephalitis, is an affliction where protozoa invade a horse's spinal column and begin killing nerve tissue. Few horses survive. Those who do face irreparable damage. Silver's Twoface is one of the lucky ones. Terry has no trouble finding a word to describe what the horse and the family went through.
Devastating. Absolutely devastating. It's the most cruelest horse disease that there is to watch. And they know something's wrong, and when he first started coming down with it, he didn't want us to be anywhere near him. He didn't want to be close then, because he wasn't sure of himself. He always wanted us to stay back away from him as the disease progressed.
Even now I get really angry over the disease because I still want to be able to use him or to ride him, and I always hated the fact that people felt sorry for him, because he's not a horse that needs to be felt sorry for, because he has done a lot in his life, and I was right there on his back when he did it. So when I see him now that he can't do that, I just have to, I don't know, I can't explain it. It just tears my heart out sometimes whenever I see that he can't do what he used to do, but then I'm going to be there for him and understand it and try to help him through it.
The Collins believe that being a finalist for the 2000 Silver Spur Award saved their horse's life. The Bayer Corporation stepped in November of 2000 and paid for treatment. It was a full-court press to save the life of a horse that is far more than just a horse. Let's back up 20 years. That's when Bobby found Silver's Twoface as a 2-year-old on a ranch in Montana. He had to borrow $1,000 to buy the horse and eventually had to sell a prized pair of spurs to pay back the loan. First impressions are usually right, and that was definitely the case here.
Well, one thing, his looks. I really liked how he moved, and he was real alert, and he was a real horse that wanted to please you. The first time I rode him, he was just, show me. That's all he was asking. Show me what to do, and I'll do it for you.
The MD Barnes Silver Spur Award honors a horse that makes a significant impact in the lives of others. Runner-up for the award in 2000, Silver's Twoface was automatically nominated again. Not wanting to stress a now healthy horse, the Collins, without Twoface, headed again to the AQHA World Championship show for the 2001 Silver Spur announcement.
There were just so many wonderful people there, and there's so many wonderful stories about the horses. I don't even know how they pick it out. I just happened to live that one, and I knew that story from top to bottom. So, you know, to me it didn't seem extraordinary because we live it, I guess, to us. But it was, you know, it was extraordinary for us to be up there. So, you know, I mean, he's always just gave 100% whenever he did anything, and so we just felt that, you know, he's always worked really hard, and we've always worked hard with him.
When we come back, why Silver's Twoface is such a remarkable horse, and we'll meet his fan club. Once Silver's Twoface whipped EPM, it wasn't like he was ready to retire. In fact, it was just the opposite. It was time to get back to work, back to doing what he does best, back to the reason why he won the Silver Spur Award in the first place.
The first day I took him out there, I mean, of course, we kept him at home. Then I took him back to the retreat to go to work. He was like, this is where I belong, and he just is so enthusiastic when he's out there walking around.
Silver's Twoface is the cornerstone of the therapeutic riding program at Peaceable Kingdom Retreat for Children in Salado, Texas.
We focus on special needs children, but all children that come here have a great time. And our goal is to improve the lives of special needs children and their families. We have a variety of activities. We have horseback riding, fishing, swimming, miles and miles of hiking, lots of beautiful scenery for the kids to enjoy, lots of nature trails. The biggest thing that the kids enjoy, though, is the horseback riding, and they just have a blast with that. And it's an amazing thing to see a child who spends most of their time in a wheelchair or with a walker to be on four legs and moving about and just having a great time.
It's hard to explain the bond between a horse and a child with special needs. I'm not sure that anyone can offer a full explanation. But when Silver's Twoface arrives here, he's on the same level as Batman or Superman. He's a real hero.
Whatever a child needs, he seems to be able to walk up to him and say, I'll help you. And any kid can lead him from, if they have crutches, if they're in a wheelchair, if they're in a walkers, he'll go right alongside them. And he doesn't care. He doesn't see that as a problem to him. He just thinks that, that's part of the kid.
Jan Upchurch is the Director of Child Life Services for Scott and White Hospital in Temple, Texas. She's also a member of the Peaceable Kingdom Board, and she has witnessed the magic of Twoface firsthand. It started when she gave a young girl named Nicole a golf cart ride to the horses.
But Twoface came up to her, and that experience was unbelievable because Twoface leaned his head down, touched her head to head, and these two had some sort of an experience together. I wouldn't even begin to describe what it was, but both of them seemed radiant. If you look at Twoface, by the way, he kind of has a splotchy face. Well, Nicole had a very splotchy face because of her disease, and the two of them just looking at each other, they were the most beautiful thing I had ever seen in my life.
You can see why horses play such a key role at a retreat like Peaceable Kingdom.
Well, horses do a lot of different things for different children. We have a lot of children that have physical needs, and of course the physical movement of a horse is very similar to the physical movement of a human being, and so it improves children's physical abilities. The other thing is the emotional. Many of our children, along with physical disabilities, also suffer from many emotional problems, and there's just something that's wonderful about a horse and a child together. I think the fact that a child all of a sudden feels they can control this very large animal gives them some control over their life, and for many of our kids who spend lots of times in hospitals and in special needs activities, there's not a lot of control for them, and so that's really special.
The horses brought to many of our kids the first sign of independence. Some of our kids, especially our neurologically disabled children, never really had that independence, being able to walk. So you get on a horse, you can walk. You can be on top of the world. We have children who come out here who are autistic. And I've seen children get on those horses and calm down so quietly, and language becomes clearer. They become much more aware of their environment, and it's the horses that bring it on. It's that sense of being on top of the world and being at one with nature, if you will.
It's a remarkable story, a wonderful horse matched with a very giving family who enjoys sharing him with others. There are a lot of winners here, and it would be tough to determine who benefits the most.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of my family, but I get the most out of it because it keeps my feet on the ground, and he shows you what life really is about.
Well, I would suspect that he's just another family member, and when we lose him, it's going to be as devastating as losing one of our main members of the family. I don't know if that many people have had that special of a bond with a horse, but we're all bonded with him really tight, and I think there's not any of us that's going to have a dry eye when this is time for him to go.
Still to come, what can you get on the open market today for a couple of pigs, 2 calves, and a dog? You might be surprised. Welcome back to America's Horse. In the history of the American Quarter Horse Association, there have been a lot of brilliant horse traders who have made amazing horse trades. But the most famous of all may be Kool Kue Baby. Who would have ever dreamed that 2 calves, 2 pigs, and a dog would lead to American Quarter Horse Racing's all-time leading stakes winner?
It's a dog, 2 pigs, and 2 calves, but I've read stories that said it was a dog, 2 chickens, 1 calf, so it's been changed quite often. But the straight story is a dog, 2 pigs, 2 calves.
As things worked out, you could have thrown in a chicken farm and still not covered what this mare was worth in the long run. The daughter of Gone to the Man was special. When she hooked up with K.C. Carden in 1996, she had a handful of graded stakes wins.
I met the owners of this mare when she was a 2-year-old and spent a lot of time with them, just on a friend base. And I've followed her filly throughout her career and basically had a chance to see her run a couple of times. And, I didn't miss a lot of races, but she's a very nice filly, and she's not a real large filly, but has a large heart, and she always tries.
It was the first year for the MBNA America Challenge Championship Series. Kool Kue Baby and the AQHA's latest endeavor would both take the racing world by storm. On the eve of the first MBNA America Challenge Championship, Carden had modest expectations.
She's a real gutsy filly. She'll leave there running. She'll give you 100%, and I look forward to, see her get a good break.
Off and running in the Challenge Championship. Kool Kue Baby popping out on top. Ducky Fred broke very sharply. Champagne Legacy Mater may gone on the far outside. See the blur on the inside. Kool Kue Baby's got the lead. Ducky Fred auditions Legacy on the inside. Kool Kue Baby looking for the upset here. Kool Kue Baby in front by a nose. Then Ducky Fred tight for third. And the AQHA Challenge Championship. Kool Kue Baby and Gilbert Ortiz with the championship.
It was about now that owner Ramiro Lopez was about to realize the fruits of his trade. Lopez owns a tortilla factory in Houston, and his racing mare was one hot tamale. When the party traveled to Lone Star Park in 1998, she was poised and ready to strike again.
And they're off in the MBNA American Challenge Championships. A good start on the far outside for the mare, Kool Kue Baby. Here comes Dashing Perfection. Jackie Martin and Dashing Perfection now in front. These are Rambler Man as well back. Royal La Jolla strong on the inside, and here comes Deposit Cash as well. But it's the mare, Kool Kue Baby. Kool Kue Baby with a run into the history books tonight. Kool Kue Baby with her 22nd stakes win, and it comes in the MBNA America Challenge Championship.
In typical Kool Kue Baby fashion, she not only became the series' first 2-time champion, she also knocked off the current and a future world champion in the process, defeating SLM Big Daddy and Taylor Fett.
The mare just has a big heart. There's nothing special. She's not a real big horse or anything. She's just real laid back. She likes to run. When you bring her out of the stall, that's what she assumes is going to happen. Doesn't require any special training. Good horses make good trainers. She likes to run.
Her unique combination of talent and attitude was not lost on late trainer Steve Van Bever. She made her way to his barn in 1999. After spending the better part of the last 3 years trying to outrun her, she was now on his team. He looked ahead to her 2000 campaign with guarded optimism.
If she can maintain the level that she was at a couple of years ago, I'll start the mare, but if she doesn't, they're not going to remember her as a has-been. She's a champion. She's done something I don't think in our lifetime we'll ever see beat. There may be a time, but she's just a great, great mare. I've chased this mare forever.
While Kool Kue Baby maybe had slowed somewhat and didn't have the spring in her step to compete in the MBNA Challenge Championship division, she was perfect for the newest division of the MBNA America Challenge Series, one designed just for fillies and mares. Once again at Lone Star Park, she added to her legacy.
It's Kool Kue Baby in front from scared. Kool Kue Baby trying to make it a great swan song, and she's done it. A wonderful farewell performance by Kool Kue Baby.
The list of accomplishments for Kool Kue Baby falls in the too numerous to mention category. This win marked an incredible 25th stakes win, an AQHA record that may never be broken. She's been the AQHA champion mare twice, not to mention a record 3 triumphs in the MBNA America Series. And her most recent award can't be earned in a 440-yard dash. It's the prestigious AQHA Silver Spur Award, honoring a horse that garners media attention or makes a significant impact in the lives of others. Kool Kue Baby has touched everyone in racing.
Of course, she's tremendous ability and performances over the years, and with the record number of stakes wins, and there haven't been many like her. And of course, the story of how she was obtained, and she's been great publicity for the American Quarter Horse Association.
Coming up next on America's Horse, we'll introduce you to another extraordinary American quarter horse that is a legend in his own time. The story of Rugged Lark is straight ahead.
America's Horse is brought to you by MBNA America, the official credit card of AQHA. By the Bayer Corporation, makers of quality animal health products. By Professional's Choice, official provider of sports medicine products. And by State Line Tack, official Western retail tack supplier.
The year was 1997. Rugged Lark, arguably the most famous American quarter horse in the world, was making one final tour. His rise to worldwide fame started almost by accident. Owner Carol Harris can't quite remember when she realized this horse was special.
Well, that's always been kind of something I've asked myself, and I can hardly remember, except that he looked like the other foals I had by Really Rugged. He was typical of them, but he was certainly very pretty, and but the others were also. But he had this unusual intelligence and his desire to please, and he was always seemed to be there whenever we were doing anything.
As luck would have it, the owners were trying to sell Rugged Lark. At the same time, Harris was looking for a stallion.
One night, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I said, why am I trying to sell this horse? Which had been named Rugged Lark. I said, that is the dumbest thing. Here I am looking all over the country, and I've got acres of diamonds in my own backyard.
The first step to fame came in the show arena. Rugged Lark was the first horse to win 2 AQHA Super Horse titles. The next step was the breeding shed. Rugged Lark became the first Super Horse to sire a Super Horse winner. The Lark Ascending, who is an English specialist in AQHA competition, won the Super Horse title in 1991. And then, Look Who's Larking, a horse that excels in Western disciplines, won the Super Horse title in 1999. Rugged Lark is a dominant sire, passing on what makes him great.
With him, to have both confirmation and intelligence has been a big plus, and certainly a bonus for me. Balance, nothing too extreme in any one play.
Rugged Lark retired from competition in 1988. Carol Harris and Lark entertained thousands of fans who came to visit at her Bobet farm in
Everybody loves their horse. But I know he's had a big impact. He's not only on the quarter horse industry, but he seems to have had one on the American horse show industry, the hunters and jumpers. They love him. The international riders, they love him because they love his mind. I can't imagine what it would be like for him not to be there. Because he's the first thing I look at in the morning when I come to the barn. He's the last one I say goodnight to. Life without him, I don't know what it would be like. I'm going to have to know someday unless we both go together. But whatever it is, hopefully I'll be brave and like other people have had to be with the horses that they have lost.
Thanks for joining us for this look at extraordinary horses. We'll see you next time on America's Horse. For more information about American quarter horse activities in your area, call 1-800-414-RIDE or visit the AQHA online at aqha.com.